What's up guys, time for another weekly running and training vlog. And the main purpose of this vlog is for you guys to let me know how your week was. I want to know about all your running, all your training. I want to know about your successes and I want to hear about your setbacks. As always, in a few minutes I'll tell you about my week of training just so you know, you and I were on the same page. But first I wanted to talk to you about something. Now, for those of you that follow me on Instagram, a couple of days ago, I posted a black and white photo of me running. And it said something silly like, the photo is black and white because we need to get back to basics. And I had a lot of comments on that photo. A lot of the comments were about running with a watch or running without a watch. Because obviously the best way to get back to basics is by eliminating technology and going for a run. Now, I'm sure there's some of you out there that are just cringing at the thought of going for a run without your watch. I am cringing just thinking about it. And although I fully support someone going for a run without a watch, I know that the watch, not the watch itself, but the data that it gives me, when I look back on it after my run, that brings me some kind of joy. So not to be able to track my runs is actually pretty stressful. I like seeing what I did. You know, I like seeing it there on the screen when I'm done. At the time, for most of my runs, couldn't care less whether I was wearing a watch. I don't always look at the data, but we're gonna talk more about that. Because I did come across an article in Trail Runner magazine by David Roche, and the article is titled, How Your Watch Can Hurt or Help Your Growth. And yeah, well, I guess it can do both. Obviously, it is very nice to have a watch. Probably should have been wearing a watch for this video, but we know it's nice to have that data, right? Especially if we're going after certain times, especially if we have to hit certain splits. When we go out for a specific workout, we need to know that we're doing the right workout. Whether it's hitting paces, whether it's hitting a heart rate, we need to know. That's what helps us grow. And that's where the watch can be beneficial. But there are a lot of runs, easy runs, where a watch really isn't necessary. And easy runs make up the vast majority of our running week. And here's the thing that's important to remember. An easy run is not judged by pace, it's judged by effort. It's judged by feel. It's how our bodies feel doing it. An easy run one day might be a lot quicker than an easy run the next day. And if we're too tied to our watch, if we're too tied into what that watch is telling us, it can probably have negative effects. Now, of course, guys, I will link to this article in the show notes below. So if you want to go ahead and read the whole thing, it's a pretty interesting read. So the article starts out by telling us that we have a Pavlovian response to our watch. When that watch vibrates or beeps every mile, every click, we're going to look down, we're going to see that number that it's given us, and it's either going to make us feel good or maybe it's going to make us feel bad. If you're out for a tempo run, if you're at running intervals and you need your watch to make sure you're hanging on to the right pace, perhaps it can be good. But if for some reason you're out for an easy run and you have a number in your mind, and that number can be born of anything. Maybe you've been told that an easy run is your marathon time adding 1 or 2 minutes. So if you look down and you see that that number on your watch is more than that 2 minutes, you might feel a little disappointed. And that disappointment can snowball and ruin your entire run. Maybe ruin your entire run is a little too much to say, but it could make you feel bad about yourself. And there is no room in our lives to feel bad about ourselves. So there are a lot of variables that go into you running and you running at a certain pace or a certain feel. And these variables, they can change what an easy run is. Now I'm going to keep it to easy runs because that's really the main type of run that I think that you could do without a watch. But let's say you didn't get a good night's sleep the night before. Let's say it's at the end of your week and you've been cranking the miles and you're a little tireder than usual. At the time this video is being released, it is summer in the Northern Hemisphere. So let's say you're going through a heat wave. That heat is going to slow your pace. But all those things are going to affect you, are going to affect how your body responds to a certain pace. So what you think is an easy pace may not be an easy pace in all circumstances. So that's just a little bit about feel and how our watch can hinder us running a certain pace, and it might kind of push us in the wrong direction. Pick up the pace a little bit. You can run faster than this on an easy run, but there's also GPS anomalies. And David Roche, the author of this study, he points out that GPS watches are inaccurate at the margins, and it's at the margins where the body adapts to stimuli. So studies have shown that there is a 1 to 6% margin of error on all GPS watches. So knowing this, let's say it's hotter than usual, you didn't get a good night's sleep, and then you've got that margin of error on your GPS watch. You go out for an easy run, you're just turning over those legs. You know, I always say it, I enjoy the easy runs the most. But you look at your watch and you think, I'm running a little slower than usual. I'm starting to feel bad about myself, so maybe I should pick up the pace. So we've got 3 things here that are going against us. We've got the GPS watch margin of error. We've got a bad night's sleep. And we've got the heat. I'm looking at my watch. My watch is king, it tells me what to do. I listen, I pick up the pace on what is supposed to be an easy run. And I start moving into mid-zone 3, maybe even a high zone 3. And just by doing that, there is so many negatives that can come about. I'm not getting the right stimulus that I set aside this run for. This is not an easy run. This has turned something in that dead zone. Not hard, but not easy. And what happens when we run too fast, too often? We get injured. Nobody wants to get injured. So I guess while I've been grabbing rabbiting on for just a few minutes, I want to know, do you guys ever go out and do you not pay attention to your watch? I'm really scared to ask, but do any of you go out for a run and not wear a watch so you don't record your runs? I guess as I'm the first one listening to me talk, I will answer it first. On my easy runs, I don't really pay attention to my watch, and I think I'm pretty good about it. Of course, me being good about it could also be that when I go out in the mornings, especially recently in the summer when it's so hot, I am completely sweaty and I don't always feel the vibration. I turn off all the noises on my watch. I can't stand a beeping watch. So sometimes I'll miss the vibrations of the mile markers, but a lot of times I don't even pay attention to them. I don't raise my wrist to look at it on my easy runs. And I can honestly say that I do run by feel for the vast majority of my runs. Now, it's a different story when I'm putting in an effort. It's a different story when I'm running intervals. It's a different story when I'm running a tempo run. It seems like I am constantly checking my watch every couple seconds just to see where my pace is. And I fall into that same trap that I just mentioned about feeling disappointed when I look at my watch and the number doesn't align with what some magical idea of numbers that I should be running aligns with. I don't think that last part really made sense. What I'm saying is I know what this article is referring to when they say that you can feel bad by a number on your watch. And when I say it out loud, it is absolutely ludicrous that we let something like a watch dictate how we feel. So guys, I want to know from you in the comments right now. Do you ever run without a watch? Do you run without looking at your watch on your easy runs? Let me know. So my week of running was actually pretty good this week. I feel pretty good about myself. Now this was my lower week running. You all know that I work in a 2-week rotation. So one week I don't work as much. The next week I work a lot more. This is my more work week. So it's my run less week. But still on Monday started it off nice and easy, like I always do. 7.5 miles, just cruising. My favorite kind of run. Followed it up on Tuesday with 8.1 miles. Now, Tuesday was a workout day. I did 3 1-mile repeats with 600 recovery in between. And I really like that kind of workout because I still get to run the 8 miles, but I get that added stimulus of running fast for 3 miles. So at the end, feeling really pleased with myself. I'm thinking that's a really good run. Wednesday, knocked out 13.2 miles, nice and easy. I don't know if you guys saw the YouTube video I posted just a couple days ago. It was a short, so it was less than a minute. And I also posted it on Instagram, but I was talking about after that run how my legs felt tired. It was an easy run. My heart rate was in the right place, nice and low, but my legs still felt tired. And I was kind of questioning myself like, oh, this is a bad sign. My legs are feeling tired. That is not a bad sign. When you're in training for something, I hope I'm not the first one to tell you this, or I hope maybe you've realized it, but your legs are going to be tired. You are not going to be feeling fresh as a daisy all the time. Thursday was definitely my best run of the week. I knocked out 11 miles, but 8 of those miles were at tempo pace. And I did pull my Next Ascent 2s off the shelf for this one. So obviously when I pull those shoes off the shelves, I feel really good. Makes me feel strong just strapping those shoes on. On Friday, I was still a bit tired from Thursday, so I knocked out 7.5 miles easy. But I say that like I only ran easy because I ran a tempo the day before. And this would normally be an easy day for me because it's a work day and I get up and I just want to run easy before work. Saturday was supposed to be another easy day, and it was, but I did take it to the hills. I took it to the mall, and I ran up and down the car park hills, getting a little bit of vert. And when I say little, I mean a little bit of vert. And then I wrapped up the week with 7.6 miles on Sunday. Again, very easy, the perfect way to end the week. And that brought my week's total to 62.02, so 62 on the nose, which is just a shade under 100 clicks. Of course, I did spend some time on the Peloton this week. I knocked out about 120 miles, which is about 194 kilometers. All in all, another great week. Let me know how your week went in the comments below. I post new running videos at least twice a week. Be kind, be happy, run well. See you in a couple of days.